Hello everybody, we're back. Let's get negative. Today's thought is, I haven't worked hard enough to earn good things, so I don't deserve them. Right off the bat, a couple tricky things about this particular thought. One, it is connected to another one of the thoughts on this list, the belief that I am not a hard worker. And two more tricky things. I was the kind of kid who didn't study that hard, who pulled assignments together at the last minute, and still did well. I know. Feel free to hate me. I could be an enthusiastic student, but I wasn't a diligent student, like what I would think of as a hardworking student. Additionally, I have had a lot of good things handed to me, notably by my parents. They worked hard so that I could live comfortably, and I have lived comfortably, more so than many of my peers who have worked and work harder than I do. So that's just some of the life context that feeds into this particular belief. I think in this case, there are two key words we should pay attention to: enough and deserve. Whether or not I can come up with any evidence to support the idea that I don't work hard, I'm still going to come up against these two ideas of doing enough and deserving good things, which are both fundamentally flawed. So let's break it down. I've got my laptop here. We're going to start with two questions. First two questions: am I expecting myself to be perfect? And am I using a double standard? When is enough enough? How hard would I have to work for it to be enough? Let's set aside work and finances for a moment. Let's look at an example of an area in my life where I do believe that I work hard. I work hard on my relationships. I invest time and energy into them, and I give myself credit for that. But that has not stopped me from feeling as though I don't deserve the good people in my life, because I know so many really extraordinary people. In fact, that relates to another one of our beliefs on the wall. No one will want to spend time with me unless I am of service. What this example tells me is that even when I work hard and acknowledge that I work hard, it is still not enough to make me believe I deserve the good thing. So yes, maybe I am expecting myself to be perfect or holding myself to an impossibly high standard. Second question was, am I using a double standard? As in, would I apply this standard to someone else? Absolutely not. I would not hold somebody else to this standard. Hello, if you're the one saving your money, you're allowed to spend it on nice things. And if you feel lucky to work where you work because the people are so great, they're so generous and supportive, well, that place hired you and promoted you and kept you on for a year, and by all indications, everybody else seems to believe that you deserve to be there. And yes, you had help to buy the house, but now it's your house, and you pay the mortgage, and you pay the property taxes, and you do the vacuuming. And besides all that, when I say I think my friends deserve good things, I might be thinking about how hard they work, but I'm more so thinking about, who they are as people. I'm thinking about, are they kind? Are they honest? Are they generous? If good things come to them, will they share them? Will they pay it forward? Hard work is not the only metric I would use to decide if someone deserved good things or not. It might not be a metric I use at all. And so, moving right along, next question on our list: am I fretting about the way things ought to be instead of accepting and dealing with them as they are? Whether or not I deserve good things is actually irrelevant, because I have them. Part 1 of Alicia's life philosophy: I'm here now. It means you have to accept the situation as it is before you can do anything else. Underneath this belief about myself, there's a broader belief, the idea that if people work hard, they deserve good things. And when I put it like that, two things come to mind. Number 1, people can work hard at some pretty awful stuff. So working hard on its own doesn't actually hold that much moral value. And 2, The idea that the world ought to reward good behavior and punish bad behavior is nice, but it's not the way that things are. I do not think we get what we deserve. So much is left up to chance. It's not really about what we get, it's about what we do with it. To wrap things up, let's examine whether or not this belief is useful. Here's our last question. What do you want? Is the way you're thinking now helping you to achieve this, or is it standing in the way? So our belief is, I haven't worked hard enough to earn good things, so I don't deserve them. Said another way, I think this means I want good things, and I want to feel like I've earned them. So, does this belief help me to work any harder or invite good things into my life? No, of course not. Mostly what it does instead is create a lot of shame and make me want to sabotage the good things in my life. Because remember, life philosophy part 1, I'm here now. The good things are here already. What I find particularly insidious is that word deserve. Shame loves the word deserve because shame is not out here coming for my individual actions. Shame is out here coming for my identity, my spirit. It's not even like shame is saying if you work harder, you will deserve good things, which is complicated enough on its own. No, shame is saying you haven't worked hard enough, and so you don't deserve good things. Full stop, period. Shut it all down. Game over. I don't know about you, but that doesn't strike me as particularly useful. You might have heard the THINK acronym before, like think before you speak. Is it true, helpful, important, necessary, and kind? And while maybe it feels important, there's no way of knowing if it's true, it's not helpful, I wouldn't say that it's necessary, and it's definitely not kind. I do think that it's possible through effort and diligence to attain good things in life. But what I don't think is possible is to catalog every good and bad thing in your life and evaluate whether or not you deserve them. Rather than focusing on the idea of doing enough or deserving what we have, I think we are better served by just trying to live our values in high times and in hard times. One more negative thought down, 8 to go. I actually don't think we're going to get to all of these this year for VEDS, but we're going to see what we can do. And we've got like a kind of interesting, I don't know if it's a dog or a horse, maybe, this shape. What do you think? With that, my friends and fellow VEDSies, I will see all of you tomorrow. High times, hard times, sometimes the living is sweet, and sometimes there's nothing to eat, but I always land on my feet. So when there's dry times, I wait for high times again. I put on my vest and I stick out my chest, and it's off to the races again.